What is up, everyone? Zach here, bringing you another Team Taste deck profile. You want taste? Today, I'm bringing you Golisopod GX, which is a fun new archetype coming out of the Burning Shadows block. So, should be fun. We'll get right on into it. Start off 4 Wimpods, basic. Our whole deck revolves around the Golisopod, so pretty standard. These are the new Wimpods. His ability is during your first turn. This Pokemon has no retreat, so it can be really good if you go first and get a Golisopod out. You can kind of retreat and attack pretty good with him. Just a little more mobility. I think the other Wimpod is like shuffle this card back into the deck, and I don't think it's worth it. It has one less retreat, but should never really come into play. And then we got 3 Golisopod GXs. Fun new card. For a single grass, it does 30 plus 90 if this Pokemon was on your bench during your turn. So if you find a way to switch it, it hits for the 120, and then you throw a choice band on it, hits for 150. You throw Lurantis promo out there, 170. A Kooky, 190. No. It can hit numbers. It's nice. Its second attack for grass double colorless is 100, and any damage done to this Pokemon is reduced by 20 the next turn. So it's mediocre. Usually you're going to be wanting to use the first attack. And then his GX attack is also really clutch. For grass double colorless does 150, and you can switch the Pokemon to the bench, or I think you have to switch the Pokemon to the bench. But the 150 is a really good number because then with the choice band you hit 180. So you hit those numbers against like Darkrai and all that. And then we also play 1 regular Golisopod. He's really tanky. It's nice. And Resilient Claws, something like that. Resolute Claws. Hits for really good damage. 80 plus 70 if it's hitting against an EX or GX. So 150, choice band, 180. Really good numbers. And his ability is any damages Pokemon takes is reduced by 30. So pretty good. Then for our support line, we got a 2/2 Lurantis promo line. Now, Lurantis promo adds 20 damage to all your grass and fire type attacks. So it kind of just helps out hitting those numbers. We're still not sure what kind of tech Pokemon we want to run. This is really all we've tested so far. We're going to be trying it with the evolution soon, like a 2 EV, Vaporeon, Flareon, or something like that. So that could be good because then you can hit the like Volcanion for numbers and might even be able to put up a fight against Volcanion. And then we got 2 Tapu Leles, standard, nothing that exciting. Then for our supporters, we have we got 3 Professor Sycamores, like the consistency, and 3 Ents. Typical draw supporters. And then we have 2 Guzmas, which is Lysander, but you switch also. It really synergizes well with First Impression, the Golisopod's first attack. So that's why we're not running any Lysanders. Kind of want a 3rd Guzma, but it's kind of unnecessary. Then we got 1 Bridget, easy to grab with Lele. Bridget for Lele's, or Lele for Bridget's just so good. 1 Kooky, help with the number sum. And then 1 Acerola, which is pick up a Pokemon and everything attached to it if it has damage on it. So that just kind of helps with cycling Golisopods, denying prizes. It's a really good card. And then stadium-wise, we have 3 Forest of Giant Plants. Simple, getting Eternal Intact's really nice. Being able to revitalize her and play down a Golisopod, Wimpod right away is good. Doesn't seem necessary to run 4 because after turn 1 or late game, it really just doesn't help. It helps as like a stadium bump, but nothing too special. Then getting into the items, we have 4 Ultra Ball, standard. Then we have 3 VS Seekers. I don't think the 4th is really necessary nowadays. You have ways of getting your supporters out. It's nice. And then the first odd thing we have is 3 switches. We really want to be using Golisopod's first impression, and just always switching out is really handy. and switching from a Golisopod to a different Golisopod if you have like a choice band on is really necessary. And then we have 3 max potions. 210's not the easiest thing to hit in this format, so it's just kind of to add to the tankiness, and you only need 1 grass energy to use first impression, so it's pretty nice. 3 choice bands. You need choice bands to hit the numbers. Really good card. 2 float stones. I think it seems a little low with all the switch, but if you're taking out the switch for a float stone, then you might not be able to hit the first impression. 2 revitalizers. Revitalizer's so good in any sort of grass deck, being able to pull them out Sycamore early and pull out the grass Pokemon later. Really good. But we still play 1 Super Rod. Gets us our energy back into the deck, and anything like a Lele back. Getting a Lele back for a late game is just so clutch in so many situations. Then we got 1 Field Blower. Standard. Maybe add a second one. Not sure what. It'd really help against. I'm thinking we're going to see not as much Garb around, but I'm sure it'll still be around. But yeah, Field Blower. Good card. Alright, then Energy. We're playing 7 Grass Energies. We've been playing around with the energy count a lot, and we're just playing 3 double colorless. So 10 energy seems about right. You only attack with 1, but the double colorlesses will come in really clutch for your GX attack or your Resolute Claws, or even hitting with Tapu Lele early. Yeah, simple deck list. Some things, like maybe we don't need 3 switches, maybe we don't need 3 max potions, maybe another float stone, maybe another forest, maybe the evolutions, but that's really all I'm thinking right now. But we've been testing this deck a lot. It seems pretty even against Gardevoir. Sometimes Gardevoir can just get rolling and one-hit Golisopod on like turn 2, turn 3, which is, if they have perfect setup. Against Volcanion weakness, that's why we're thinking maybe it's worth it to add the Vaporeon, but we'll have to test that out. Seems favorable against Darkrai. The numbers seem to be there, but it's kind of an even match too. Darkrai, the new Darkrai is really good, like a Turbo Dark with a Darkrai GX. We'll have some of those games up shortly, but it's really good. Mega Ray, which is kind of what we were realizing today, might be really good, because Mega Ray is really good against like this or Gardevoir or Mega Gardevoir. Greninja. You should just walk all over Greninja. You just hit him, slap him around, show him who's boss. I feel like I'm missing a bunch of decks. Espeon Garb, it's hits Drampas pretty hard, pretty good, and all the switching will get you out of Espeon's confusion, but there's also a pretty heavy item count, so the Garbs can kind of swing back. That'd probably be a pretty close matchup. I feel like everyone's kind of forgetting about Garb right now, because a lot of the cards coming out next set are really good against Garb, but not everything is. I'm even drawing blanks against the rest of the deck, but this is the deck profile. We wanted to get it out to you guys. It's really good. Obviously, some things probably need to change. This is like our second, third iteration, but let me know what you guys think. More games are coming up this week. We're going to be really grinding for Worlds, so yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe. Later, guys.